Hey guys, how you doing? It's Johnny Berber. I'm finally going to give you guys what you've been asking me for, and that's Johnny, what do I text a girl? When I've got a phone number, how do I set up a date? I'm getting flakes, or girls are texting me back and then it's fizzling out, sorry. I'm getting frustrated, or I'm sending messages and they're taking ages to get back, or they're agreeing to go on dates with me, but when I send them the time, the place, they don't show up. So listen carefully, because what I'm going to do is, I'm going to break down a text message exchange I had with a girl that I went on a date with last week, a successful date, and I'm going to run you through the principles, the psychology, and you guys are going to know where you're going wrong. I'm going to put you right, and this is going to massively help you to stop getting flakes, to get more solid in your text game, to stop coming across a bit too needy, and just to show a girl you know what you're doing over text. So rule number one is simplicity. Big mistake guys make is long messages, big paragraphs, and it communicates desperation, neediness, and it kind of forces a girl from making a decision, or almost not being able to make a decision in meeting you. So she's like, oh, it's just too much. You're asking her, how was she? Where's she going today? You know, where's she from? Would she like to come on a date with you? So you're asking her 4 or 5 questions in one text. It's too needy, it's too complicated, and you're not being straight to the point. So let me give you an example of a framework I use and I teach all my students. So any student that's done a course with me would know about this message. They know how important it is and it gets results. So this is my first text. I met a girl. It's actually a girl I met in a nightclub. So this wasn't from my usual street approach. And this is actually a girl that I made out with and I kissed a girl. So a lot of you say stuff like, well, if I kiss a girl, if I'm going to text her the next day, she's probably going to flake on me. It's not true. If you text her with my structure, it gets results. So text number 1 is, hi lady, it was nice meeting you. I enjoyed the conversation we had. To be honest, kissing you felt good, Johnny. Now, why is that good? Number 1, it's good because it's direct, it's straight to the point, and I'm not asking her out. So why is it not important to ask a girl out on the first text? So through trial and error, through almost 10 years in the game, field experience, teaching hundreds of students and analysing my text game, I found the most consistent, the most successful strike rate, or you know, non-flaky stuff, is when I don't ask a girl out on the first text. What that does is it shows the girl that you're not desperate, you're relaxed, and it gives you a chance to see if she's interested in you. So you'll see if she texts you back. If she doesn't text you back, perhaps she's not attracted enough, perhaps she could be busy, and you might need to send a second text a week later, which I'm going to go through a little bit in the video. So she's texted me back, well, I'm intrigued. How many responses did you get from the 16 girls you approached? She's just joking. And only kidding, she says, it was interesting meeting you. I enjoyed talking to you about philosophy and Rioja, because Rioja was a wine that we spoke about that we liked. And then she said her name. I can't even pronounce her name, it's so hard. So I'm just going to call her G, because it was a very complicated name. So she's basically texted me back the same text I sent her. She said it was good meeting me, she's made a joke, and she signed her name. Now already what she's done is, she's bought into my frame. So the way I've languaged my text to her, she's done the same back. So once she's complied, she's texted me back. So now I know she's interested in me and she's complied. So simplicity back to her, simplicity back to me. So my next message that I like to do is to actually, forgot what I was going to say. Right, that's it. It's to show her the invitation. It's to almost tell her that I would like to see her again, but not be too direct with it, not be like, hey, let's go for a drink. This is what I've texted her. I've said, hey, I was thinking about inviting you out for a drink, doing that picnic we spoke about. How does that work for you, question mark. Now, again, it's good psychology, it's simple, it's short texting, short languaging, if you understand it better, and it's not putting pressure. So it's me saying, yeah, I'd like to invite you out. How does it sound to you? And I'm sort of giving off the, I'm not too fussed if it doesn't work for her, if she doesn't want to go on a date, I've got other options. Again, it's giving her a bit of the power, and it's getting her to buy into my frame, and it's having her thinking, you know what, this guy is kind of easygoing. Yeah, I don't mind going on a date with him. Why not? We made out, we had a nice time. She's probably had guys in the past that have been sending her loads of messages, and already I'm standing out from a guy who's non-needy and I'm attractive, and she's going to want to go on a date with me. So let's see her response. So I've said, hey, you know, I was thinking about inviting you out, grab that drink, how does it sound? She said, Let's see our message. So let me just go through here. Great, she says, hey Johnny, my schedule is a little bit busy next week, but then she's gone Tuesday or Sunday, question mark. So what she's done is she said to me, she sort of showed me her boundaries, which I love in a woman. Oh, sexy. She's gone, I'm busy, but I can do Tuesday or Sunday. So she's basically agreed to meet me. So she's agreed to go on a date with me. So can you see the sort of frame I'm setting? It's a strong frame, it's a simple frame, but it's a very non-needy frame. And if you're a guy that really likes playing it safe, this is gonna work wonders for you. So she's gave me 2 days to play with. So now I've got Tuesday or Sunday. Now don't get all sort of bossy about it and say, well, I'm not meeting her Tuesday or Sunday, she's got to meet me on Wednesday, because you're just going to set too much of a strong frame and she's not going to want to meet you and you're not going to get laid, or you're not going to connect with girls and get on dates. So I've said, hey Trouble, sounds good to me. Tuesday works best for me, evening time, how does that suit you? So I'm again saying I can do that, and I'm passing it back onto her. So there's this back and forward of frame setting, but I'm still holding the frame and I'm keeping it simple. I'm not asking loads of questions. I'm not having massive paragraphs of poetry and questions. I'm boring the hell out of her, and let's see what she says. She's gone, great, look forward to it, it works for me. So she's agreed to Tuesday, she's agreed to the evening time. Now the final thing I want to tell you guys, which is so important, and some of my students have made this mistake before and I've had to give them a slap on the wrist and correct them. When the girl agrees to go on a date, you can't just say, okay, great. You have to set the logistics, the time, and the exact location. So the girl said to me, sounds good, works for me, Johnny, but I can't just say, okay, cool, I'll see you, because then she's like, well, where are we meeting, what time? So what I do is now, I take the initiative and I say a time that's good for me, which is 7:30, the location that is easy to get to, and a train station that I know she's going to be able to commute to easy. So make sure you ask her to meet you in a place that you know that's pretty easy to get to. It could be a station that's in a high street, that's everyone knows it, or if it's one she's got to travel out to, she's not going to spend an hour having to get there. It's going to be easy to locate, because again, you know what women are like. If they're having a lot of hassle trying to find the place, they get logical and they can buy out. So I've said, how does 7:30 outside Covent Garden station work for you? I love this one. She's gone, great, that works for me, I'll see you there. Boom, dusted. Now I text her back, see you then. Now just before I end with that, there's one more thing I want to give you that will definitely never get you flakes once the girl's agreed, and that's a simple message on the day: you must confirm. I've lost thousands of women because they've agreed to go on a date with me, and then on the day of the date I've not texted them, and we've got 2 hours before perhaps meeting at 7, about 5, and I've texted the girl and she said, well, I thought you weren't interested because you left it too long. So make sure you text the girl on the day of the date you've agreed, at least 5 hours to confirm that the date is still on. And this is a message I use and I like it. Hey Trouble, are we still good for this evening? That's it. Nice and simple, no long paragraphs, and the girls usually text back, sure, I'll see you then. So then you solidify the date, and if she does flake out on you, at least you've not wasted your whole day. You can go and meet another girl, or you can make plans with your friends. I know that's going to help you guys. I'll be very generous. I gave you my whole framework. I'm going to quickly run over the principles in case you've not understood. It's quite a lot I've given you, but it's going to help you. Again, like I said in some of my videos that are very in-depth, watch the video, get a piece of paper and actually write the steps down and go over them. Step number 1, simplicity. Step number 2, short messages. Step number 3, don't ask boring questions. In fact, never ask questions if you can avoid it. And step number 4, always text and lead towards the date. And just remember, don't ask her out on the first date, invite her out on the second message when she's texted you back. I hope that helps. Please leave your comments in the box below, because I love it when people send me messages and say, Johnny, I tried your message, it's amazing, it got me laid, or it worked, I got on a first date. I know students always report back and tell me how it's working for them, so then I can get my teachings better and better. But this has worked amazingly for me, so like and subscribe. Make sure to subscribe, guys, because this content I'm giving you is amazing. It's free, so please share the video because I want to get it out to thousands. So enjoy the process. I'll see you in the next video. Awesome.